It is the bottom of the hour here on Weather Command. Welcome inside. Marissa Torres, Stephen Morgan here at the wall, standing with, well, a hurricane behind us.
Yeah, Erin.
Formidable one.
Yeah, you know, it's wild, right? Just stick with me for a second. Erin is a Category 4 hurricane, and we're looking at it. There's the DR, there's Haiti, there's Turks and Caicos. Florida's right here. And so how often do you look at a Category 4 hurricane that's offshore?
I know.
And think, we're going to be okay. For the most part, we're going to be okay.
It's hard to conceptualize because this thing, if you're in its path, will be like a tornado. But then when you get out from it, even for, let's say, Cuba or the Bahamas, that north wind that you're getting as a result of this hurricane is actually providing for a fantastic day today. And you get that sometimes on that clean side of this system. That's what we, at least for now, that's how we have it in the Bahamas. Obviously, the surf, the waves, all going to be very dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about the center of Erin, how it's going to really pivot off to the north further. It is to the north of Turks and Caicos where we currently have some tropical storm warnings, and then we'll carry the story into next week.
And then,
actually,
of course,
the waves.
That's going to be the big story as we head throughout the week, where the entire eastern seaboard going to be under that risk.
Yes. So let's take it to the ground, right, in North Carolina. Yeah,
with Erin moving in that northwesterly direction, fortunately that forecast holding solid that it is expected to turn away from the U.S. by midweek. This is a live look in Avon, North Carolina. Mandatory evacuation in effect there.
It's beautiful to start, though.
Isn't it?
A gorgeous start to the day in Avon. Fox Weather storm specialist Mike Seidel knows firsthand just how nice it is in Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. So Kitty Hawk also a part of the Outer Banks. Mike, this is an area where we do have those mandatory evacuations, state of emergency declared for this county, Dare County, all the way down towards Hyde County. But this morning, people getting out, and I think capturing maybe some final moments there along the beach.
Yeah, and unless I've not heard an update, there is no evacuation for this area, Kitty Hawk, Nags Head, Kill Devil Hills, only for Hatteras Island. That's Salvo, Frisco, Avon, Rodanthe, and Buxton. In fact, I want to show you the motel, the Cape Hatteras Motel, beautiful spot to vacation down in Buxton. This is a shot I grabbed from the plane last night, and look at how close it is, how precariously close it is to the surf, the Cape Hatteras Motel. And you'll notice that the surf, even last night, was coming right under the hotel. If we can show you that hotel picture, and you can see how close it is. And keep in mind, the swell has not even arrived yet ahead of Hurricane Erin. So we've got a long way to go, and that's why they're evacuating these areas. The bulldozers will be back out later in the week and over the weekend to get the mess out of there, because not over the overwash, but the real issue is getting feet of sand off 12. They took care of that in the Rodanthe area with the S-curve 3 years ago, but there's still a long stretch of highway. We're about 60 miles away from Buxton, a long stretch of highway that gets impacted by surf and wave issues. Back here, here's our surf this morning. Not much of a change, nice clean sets. We had some surfers out earlier and they were enjoying the waves, not all wash tub-like. And as we go through tomorrow, we'll see these sets get larger and the period will be longer between waves crashing on the beach. And then that time will constrict as we get into Wednesday and Thursday. We have a nice wide beach here at Kitty Hawk. By the way, low tide was about an hour ago. High tide coming up later this afternoon. Let me spin around here and show you where the high tide was this morning, right up here. And then we've got the big dune line in front of all these properties in the hotel. So we got a massive dune line of several feet, 5 to 6 feet. I think some of them of the dunes even higher in the COs and the fences. So we've got a lot of protection. We'll see if it can handle what we're going to be dealing with here Wednesday and Thursday. So Marissa and Stephen, it's just watching and waiting on a beautiful beach day here in Kitty Hawk, and no doubt the sun will be out again tomorrow and even Wednesday, and it remains to be seen if we're going to get any rain at all. So one thing we don't have to worry about because of where it's traveling, pretty much midway between the Outer Banks and Bermuda, is an inland freshwater threat or a flash flood threat. That is really not on the table. It's all about the surf and the beaches. Winds may gust 40 or even 50 miles an hour, but again, it all boils down to the wave action and the water and how far the water gets as we get into Wednesday and Thursday.
Yeah, I mean, Hyde County, which is in charge of Ocracoke Island, saying that they have the mandatory evacuations and similar reasoning, right? Highway 12 expected to be impassable in spots. The secondary roads could be impassable because of potentially several feet of inundation with water. So this is a prolonged event and one we'll be watching. You're going to be on the ground in Kitty Hawk, Mike, so we appreciate, of course, your perspective there, as this will be a continuing story. Fox Weather Storm Specialist Mike Seidel in Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, for us this morning.